Hey, good afternoon and welcome to the JTV Game of the Week. I'm Harry Ferrone.
And I'm Samantha Perlman.
And Samantha is with us today, 9-year-old Samantha here, representing gymnastics here. We've got a big tri-meet. Samantha knows more about gymnastics than I know. She knows more about gymnastics in her pinky finger than I know in my entire body. So that it is. There it is right there. So I think we're in good hands today. We've got tri-meet here. We've got Jackson Liberty, Jackson Memorial, and what's the other team?
I think Manasquan.
Manasquan, you are correct, Samantha. Already correcting me as we go here. Fantastic. We're off to a good start. So as we get ready to get underway, it looks like we're going to be running 2 events at a time today.
Yes.
And what are our first 2 events up?
I think we might be starting on bars.
The vault, correct. And what's the other one?
The bars.
And the bars. Very good. Now, you're a gymnast, been a gymnast since you were 3. What's your favorite thing about the bars?
My stalders.
Okay. I personally, the thing I like the most about watching the bars is definitely watching the athletes transfer from the high bar to the low bar. I think it looks. I think they make it look easier than it is. I mean, how difficult is it to learn that?
When you do it, it looks easy, but when you start doing it, you can get very scared, and it looks much harder than it is.
Yeah, just what I would think. You're so right, Samantha. All right, it looks like we're ready to get underway. Things are quieting down a little bit here. A lot of gymnast athletes out here today for Liberty, especially with assorted injuries here. I mean, injuries tend to be a big problem in gymnastics, right?
For Memorial, we have 2 people who aren't competing.
Okay, and 2 for Memorial as well. There you go. And it looks like we've got the bars up first here.
Yes.
And it looks like on the bars we've got Liz Rogel. Oh, looks like we go right to some action on the vault there.
That was a really good half on, full off.
All right, there you go. I mean, we're so lucky today to have you here to tell us exactly the names of all of these events and all of these
Skills.
important skills. Thank you. On the events here, we've got another one coming up on the vault here.
Yes. That was the same thing, and
that's Mandy Reinard, according to my sheet here. And it made a little mistake there. There it is.
the landing was pretty well.
Okay, now that extra step after the landing there, when you don't stick it, costs you a little bit, right?
Like 2/10.
2/10?
We
Okay.
have.
Oh, and here we go. We're going to switch over to the bars.
Yes, that was a very good Chinese sit-up. That was a very good. The Chinese sit-up was one of the best things.
Okay, and I think those are giants too when they circle around, right? All right, very cool. Again, I like the dismount too. I thought her dismount was pretty cool. What skill was that on the dismount?
Sometimes people do a front tuck out of that, where they flip forward, but sometimes you don't need to do that.
Gotcha.
That was also a really good half-on full
And that's
off.
Katie Delagrino over
Yes.
here on the vault.
Yes, that one was very, very good. The landing was very nice.
What do you find the most difficult thing about the vault? Is it timing
The timing, and when you block off of the table, you need to get the right timing, or else you can injure yourself.
Yeah, I've actually seen people run into it. So here we go. Here's another.
Carissa's going first.
That was really good. The landing was awesome.
Yeah, it looks like she stuck that landing there.
And most of the time, it's also about your run, because if you're too close, you can fly into the table.
Okay. Do you, when you practice, before we go over to the uneven bars, when you practice the vault, I mean, how important is it that you practice the number of steps that you take?
When you first do them, we do something called a run-by, where you did a hurdle, and you make sure that you're in the correct spot.
Gotcha. There's another vault there by Daniela.
Yeah, that one was very nice. All of these landings are very, very good.
All right, we're going to get underway here on the high bar. Who's this?
Carissa. That was very good. That was a very good tuck flyaway.
Okay. Did a pretty nice job with the landing, too, I might add. Again, I noticed it takes them a couple of minutes to set up in between people. Are they adjusting the bars based on how tall people are?
Well, sometimes for elite, they make sure the bar is very small. They normally can change it sometimes, but some people go on the same settings.
Okay.
This one is Avelina right here.
Avelina Doring, okay.
Yes.
And again, we are running 2 events simultaneously, so we do have the opportunity to to try and in between get to that other event as well.
Yes.
Here we go. We're going to take a real quick look at the vault here.
Yes.
I believe this is Brooke Capine.
I believe so. That was just a full off. It was a front handspring and a full off. That was very good.
Oh, we're going to slide back over to the bars. Let's get a quick look at the replay here.
That was a very good. This is Avelina on bars.
How important is it to keep those toes pointed on the bars?
Very much, because you want to make sure you leave them pointed, or else you get a couple tenths off.
Gotcha. She really stuck the landing there, huh?
Yes. I don't know if a lot of people saw, but she also does a Chinese sit-up, and that was very nice.
Now, what's the Chinese sit-up? Is that when the hands come through?
Where your toes go on the bar, and they slip off, and you go kind of like you're swimming, and catch the high bar.
Yeah, I kind of like that. I think that's kind of a cool trick.
Yes.
All right. And that is going to wrap up the Manasquan team on the vault.
Yes.
And it looks like we're still going on the bar. Who we have here on bar now? Bella Wachowski? Okay.
Yes.
And it's been pretty exciting so far. I mean, it's so good having you here, Samantha. I'm so glad.
Music is very nice.
It's kind of exciting to watch, too, especially with the spring floor.
Yeah. That was that pirouette was very good, except for that. That was a very nice flyaway, especially that landing.
Now, what's that dismount? What's that skill called?
A cast layout flyaway.
It looks kind of cool the way she's... And I think I know why they call it a flyaway, probably because, first of all, how far she gets away from the bar as well, right?
If you bring your arms down, you can travel back to the bar.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people do a bunch of different things, like a layout flyaway, a tuck, a double back, a double layout, a lot of different stuff.
That was a good one. That was a good trick.
Yes.
And again, now what basically will happen now is we'll wait for the
next people
to go. Sure, absolutely.
I believe
now
Memorial
we're
might
shifting,
be
right?
Yeah, I think they might be going to Vault. I believe that is their next event.
Okay, notice they're making some pretty big changes here.
Yes.
So as they prep, so basically now the Memorial Liberty teams will go over to the vault.
Yes.
And then the Manasquan team will come over to the bars, right?
Yes.
Okay.
In high school gymnastics, they kind of do it like that. One team goes in one place, and then they swap.
Okay. And do you compete on the weekends in gymnastics competitions yourself?
I compete with my team. There's a bunch of different levels. I'm a level 8. And I believe I have states in 2 weeks.
All right. Well, we want to wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
In that, absolutely. And out of the different levels, if you're competing in 8, I mean, how do the levels work?
So for level 8, you must flip your vault, which is your Chenko, but you can do a back tuck out of it, or a back pike or layout. So you do a round back handspring on and flip off. You do have to have a requirement for that. That's your requirement on the vault. The beam, you have to have a connected series from a handspring, or back handspring, back layout, step out. That is basically a back handspring with no hands.
Okay.
Floor, you have to have a full inside of your routine, which is around a back handspring twist.
Okay.
You must have a front pass. And then you have to have a double turn or a leg up turn. And you must have a layout at the end of your routine.
Okay. Well, it sounds like it's a higher level.
Yes.
Now, when you get to this point in competitive gymnastics at your level, it isn't necessarily just about your age, is it? It's more about the level that you're competing at, based on the tricks that you're or the skills that you're able to.
It's actually mostly about the talent and the skills that you currently have.
Okay. It looks like we're ready to go on the vault over here for,
Yes.
Of course.
looks like Jackson Memorial, and that's Liberty.
Okay, we look like somebody's on the bars.
Yep, we're going to slide over the bars, and this looks like it's Katie Della Gruppo.
Yes.
And we'll get back in a second and show you that vault that just went off.
That was a very nice flyaway.
Flyaway. That looked like some type of tuck there. And here comes the vault that we missed. This is Kylie from Jackson Liberty.
That's a half on, half off.
Couple of extra steps at the end.
Yes.
That's going to cost her. Is it 2/10 per step?
I believe so, or 1/10. If you step towards the table, it's more tenths off of it. If you
Okay.
step towards the table.
Gotcha. Is the actual vault the same height for everyone?
No, you can. When I first started at this new gym, I was on 110, which is very low. And then you could raise to like 115, 120, 125, 130. There's a bunch of different settings for your amount of power and height.
Gotcha. Okay. Looks like Liz Rajel ready to go on the vault. Here
Yes.
she goes.
That is a half on, full off. It looks like she has a lot of power out of it.
Yeah.
Oh, here we have some bars.
And while we're in between, we might as well head over to the uneven bars.
Yep.
This is Maddie Reinert.
That was a very good. That was a very nice flyaway. The landing.
Over to the vault.
Yes. That was also very, very nice.
Again, that momentum really
Yes.
taking you forward on those vaults, right?
Yes.
We'll take another second look here at Liz's vault.
Yes.
Gets pretty good height.
Yes.
Pretty nice twist.
Mhm.
Probably the toughest thing there is probably you could see one of
Yes.
the team members holding the mat so it doesn't move too much in that corner.
Yes. All of these landings have been very, very good.
And it looks like we're ready for another
Bar
uneven
routine.
bars. This looks like it's
Riley?
Riley. Yep.
Yes.
Generate your own momentum there.
Yes. Sometimes people must stop to get their momentum back.
Well,
That was very good. The reason why she fell on her flyway is because you need to get height.
mm-hmm.
She let go a little bit too early.
Okay. And as they get set for the
Vault.
uneven bars, we'll slide over to the vault. Who do we have
This
here?
is Kira.
Kira flows.
Yes. That is a half on. Some people call it a souk. It's kind of like a round off over the table.
Well, it did look like a round off to me,
yes,
too.
with straight legs.
Pretty good landing on that one, too, I might add.
Mm-hmm. A lot of these people has been having a lot of great landings.
And it looks like she's up for her second run.
Yes. They've been having, that one was a little bit better because she had more control.
And they do give you 2 vaults because there are a lot of variables on that run. I think it's a good idea.
Sometimes you can only do 1, but also sometimes people do 2 vaults because one they could do a different type of vault and the other one they could do another different type of vault.
And then they'll take the higher of the 2 scores?
Yes.
Okay.
The higher score.
That is good to know. And
Yes.
Coach getting things ready over here on the uneven bars.
Yes.
All right. I'm going to have to step aside just for 1 minute and leave you alone for 1 minute, Samantha, and I'll be right back, okay?
Mm-hmm. That landing was very nice. Here we have Avelina. That was a timer, like a back handspring, to a half off. Here's her second vault. That one was much better, I would say, because her landing she more control of. Here we have, I think, Carissa on the vault. This is Carissa. That was a very good half on. She had a lot of control on her landing there. Here's her second vault. That one was more powerful. I think we are rotating to our next events. I believe they might be going to beam. I believe Memorial is going to beam now. Looks like they're warming up. So we have some girl going on beam. This is some very nice dance she has here. A little stop on that connection, but very nice round off. That was a very balanced full turn there. That was a very nice connection. That was a very nice wolf jump too. That was very nice. The pike jump was very nice. That was a very nice dismount. The landing was very nice.
Come on, Liz.
Looks like we have Liz on beam. That was a very interesting mount. A little wobble on that back handspring there. That switch sleep was very nice there. Full turn with a little bit of a wobble. Very nice tuck full. Split half. They also have some floor here.
Pick up this.
Very nice handspring.
Finish up on floor. I'm back. Sorry I had to leave for a minute there, Samantha.
It's okay.
Back. Take a look at the beginning of that floor exercise before we move on to our next event. Oh,
Here
looks like they're already
we have
ready.
Megan on beam.
This is Megan Barna,
Yes.
Jackson Memorial. And then our tech team on the bus there, make sure you guys record that floor exercise so we can go to that right after this is over here. A little tricky now. The floor exercise and the beam tend to be longer
Yes.
events, right?
The beam is about a minute Harder levels the longer you have, but if you take too long, you can get deductions. The floor routine is about 1 minute and 30 seconds, too.
Okay, so maybe we'll come back to that floor right
Yes.
after this one's over, as our guys on the bus are going to take care of that and record that for us.
All of these dances on beam and floor have been very nice. And that connection, pike, was very nice.
How, Samantha, how wide is that beam?
About 4 inches wide.
4 inches. So do you first practice these skills on the ground?
First,
on a
you
painted
warm up.
thing?
First, you warm up on a floor, and then sometimes you have a low beam, which you can see right there. And that was a very nice connection too.
Slip off, hops right back on.
Yes.
What was that?
That was a full turn. So where you turn on one foot, that was a wolf jump,
When you do it on one foot?
One like a pike jump, but one foot is bent.
Gotcha.
Very nice dismount there. That was a standing
Back
back
tuck?
Yes.
Okay, we're going to slip right over to the floor exercise while we're
Yes.
waiting for this. Again, our crack team will take care of that beam for us in the meantime. Can you talk us through this skill?
For one of her passes, she did fall on them. But that pass right there was very, very nice.
And she's done.
Yes.
We can slide over to the balance beam.
Yes.
Who's up next here?
Kira.
Looks like Kira flows.
Yes.
Pretty nice floor exercise over there. I do enjoy watching that. They get such
Yes.
good height on that spring floor.
Yes.
And it looks like the beam's underway.
Yep. These mounts right here are very, very cool. A lot of people make their dance a little extra to get that sharpness in there.
Mm-hmm. Out of all of the events, I find this one to be the most nerve-wracking for me.
Yes, because if you touch the beam, you might get 5/10 off.
Oh, if you put your hand on the beam?
Yes.
Oh, that's good to know. And of course, when it comes to point systems there, the best thing you could possibly get is
Yeah.
what?
You can get a 10. That is the highest score.
Okay.
Only some people get it because that means there's no deductions. Everything is perfect.
That is very difficult. That's something to
Yes.
strive for in gymnastics, but that is a tough one to achieve for sure.
That full turn was very nice. A little bit of a wobble there. That was a flutter jump and then a split jump. A flutter jump is where you mix your feet up kind of.
Mm-hmm.
That was a very nice wolf jump.
Looks like she's ready for a dismount.
Yes. That's also a standing back tuck.
Okay, slide over to the floor exercise.
Yes. That was a very nice switch leap to a split jump.
Yeah, it's all floor.
That was a front handspring step out to a round off back handspring with your legs separated.
How important do you think some dance technique is in the floor exercise?
Very important. You want to be very sharp, but in some routines you don't have to be personally sharp. That was a tuck forward, tuck full. And you also want to have personality in your face when you go. That
And
was
these are
very
all
nice.
things that help you earn points during a floor
Yes.
routine, right?
A lot of points also go to your dance and your personalities.
Gotcha. All right, good floor exercise. We just started over there on the beams, so we can head
Yes.
right over to the beam.
It looks like we have Avelina During on the balance beam.
Evelina's got some pretty graceful handwork there.
Yes. That was a handstand back handspring. She has a lot of personality. She does extra gymnastics because her sister's a gymnast and her mom's a coach.
Wow.
Very nice switch sleep. Tuck half. That was very nice. They all have a lot of personality in their hands and dance.
Yeah, it really comes through too during the routines.
You also want to make your dances flow, because if they don't flow, then it just looks very
Kinda
awkward.
Awkward and choppy, right?
Yes. That was a standing back tuck on the beam to a split jump,
That
walk
looked,
jump.
that looked like the hardest thing we've seen so far today on the beam, huh?
Yes. A standing back tuck is very hard. But also in that series, you can't count it if your arms go down. But she did count that as her series. That's a round off layout to a stick with a little bit of a hop.
Pretty nice routine. That was probably my favorite balance beam routine so far today.
Yes.
And
Looks like we're going to floor. That was a very nice round off 1.5.
pretty powerful
Yes.
bit of
Steps
there.
out of it. A lot of people, they tend to do a front tuck out of that. That was a very nice front layout from Pike. A lot of power out of that. It looks like we have Bella on beam.
We're going to head over to a quick replay before we go back to the beam.
Yes. That was a very nice.
All right.
Looks like we have Bella on beam.
We'll head over to the balance beam.
Yes.
Bella Krachowski.
She did have a little bit of a struggle in warm-ups on this skill right here.
How much do you think that plays into your...
Get very scared because it's only 4 inches wide. That was a very nice switch sleep to tuck half.
It is. At 4 inches wide, it's pretty intimidating.
A lot of people do get scared because you can make your legs split the beam, and it kind of hurts. That was a very nice back walkover. It looks like she had a little bit of trouble because in warm-ups, she did have a lot of trouble.
Well, it looks like she managed to pull off a pretty good routine nonetheless, and it looks like that wraps up the balance beam and the floor exercise on that first rotation. So I believe, actually, it looks like, is there one more over there?
I believe so.
Hard to tell, but maybe we'll get lucky and there'll be one more. If not, then it looks like
Then they will be going to the floor.
they'll be rotating, and I think you're right. I think the Memorial Liberty team's heading over to the floor exercise now. And
a lot of people in high school floor routines have a lot of interesting skills that not a lot of people do. Like some people tend to do a round off, a front tuck, round off, back handspring, back tuck. But if you can't do that and you don't have enough power, they do another back handspring, but it's a step out. So it makes it a little bit easier for some people.
do you find most gymnastics floors for the floor routines these days have spring floors?
Yes. Some floors are not good floors. Some floors are bad floors. Some are good.
So you kind of feel it out during practice before a meet?
Well, we don't really practice before a meet. We have a time warm-up where, let's say, I had 3 people and it was a minute. So we had 3 minutes to warm up on the floor and then compete. But we do have lines in the beginning, and you can feel all the stuff.
So you kind of can feel out
Yeah, you
what the
can't
floor is
feel
like?
out the bars, beam, or vault. You can only feel the floor because that's what everybody mostly warms up on. You can sometimes warm up on the runway, practice your stuff, and a lot of other things.
That makes sense,
Yes.
especially since the floor the floor
Yes.
could be different everywhere, whereas the balance beam and the other, the uneven bars should basically be pretty similar everywhere you go.
Yes.
And they're chatting over there about who's going to start.
With their coaches, as you can see on the floor.
Now, your mom's a coach, right?
Yes, the one who's standing right there with the glasses on her head.
And what team does your mom coach?
Jackson Memorial.
Memorial?
Yes.
Okay. Was your mom a former gymnast herself?
Yes, she did. I think she did a long time ago when the bars were very short together. I think she went up to maybe level 7 or 8.
Well, that's impressive. And
Yes.
I'm sure mom will be happy to know that it was a
also,
very long time ago.
Yes. She also coached gymnastics a little bit before. That's how she met my dad.
Ah, they met at gymnastics, huh?
Yes, my dad brought his son, and they met at the gymnastics. She stopped coaching because she broke her back, and now she's coaching again.
Well, it's obviously good to
Yes.
see mom back coaching again if it's something that she loves to do, right?
Yep.
All right, looks like Liz is up.
Yes, it does.
We'll start with the floor exercise. And our
That
crack
was
crew is
a
going to
very
record that
good.
balance beam for us while we wait.
Very good front full.
Good speed and power from
Yes.
Rajel.
That's a switch leap, split half. Might have taken a little deduction, it wasn't full. That was a front tuck, front pike. Very nice landings.
Now, what's the difference between a tuck and a pike?
A tuck is where you grab your legs in like a ball position. A pike is where they're straight and you grab them. That was a very nice pass, a lot of power. That was back extension to your stomach. Very nice. A lot of people do that in their
I do.
routines.
I like that, and I think that's a very cool skill. Looks great, too, on camera.
A lot of people tend to do that without looking at pain. Sometimes you land on your stomach and it can hurt.
Okay, we're going to take a look now at the balance beam routine as she's getting started here.
Yes, this is a replay.
This is Katie Delagrippo.
Little bit stop of that connection. That was a tuck half, a little bit of a stumble on the beam. Did it again. That one was much, much better. Cartwheel, little stop of that connection. Oof.
Lost her balance there.
Yes, some people kind of get upset when they fall because they're a little bit mad at themselves. But a lot of people tend to have these type of connections. Very nice straight jump to wolf jump. Full turn. A little bit of a wobble to a fall. Looks like punch front tuck stick.
All
We
right.
have Megan Barna on the floor.
Looks like she's just getting ready to get started.
Yes. Looks like she is doing a front handspring, front tuck, roll out. Very nice split half. Again, wow. That was a side aerial. It's a cartwheel without any hands. Very hard.
Yes, I always wondered how you guys managed to do that one.
That was a tuck full, straight jump full, and a half. That was a front handspring step out, round off, rebound. Very nice.
Now, do you have to work dance elements into your routine?
Yes, you have to dance because it gives you a lot of extra credit. Well, not extra credit, but you must dance. She just balked on one of her skills. Balked means she did not go for. Very nice round off straddle. Yes, see, a lot of people do that.
All right. That was Megan Barna.
Yes. Next, we have some people on beam.
I think your sister's trying to get a quick picture out of you there. There you go. Making you famous today as we slide back over to the balance beam here.
Yes.
And this looks like Danielle.
I really
towel.
hope that was a very nice dismount.
That's an interesting dismount there. What was that?
It's where you run and you punch off of 1 foot and do a front pike. Very, very nice. It looks like we might have Carissa up on the floor exercise.
Okay. We'll go to Carissa on the floor, and then we'll have our tech crew record that balance beam so we don't miss anything.
Yes. Looks like a lot of people are resting in the back room so they can heal up.
Mm-hmm. Looks like Carissa over there on your left.
Yes.
Getting ready to start.
On our left.
There she is in the corner.
Yeah, all the way over there.
Again, a lot of times it takes them a little bit of extra time on the floor exercise
Yes.
as there's
Because
music that's being played too, right?
Yes, and the judges have to give the scores too. Looks like she's about to start.
All right, here we go.
Yes.
Carissa Estrella here.
Yes. Very nice round of back handspring layout. A lot of power. She did land with her chest down just a little bit. Very nice switch leap. Tuck full. Very nice there. That was a round off back tuck. Very nice. A lot of people do lunge out of it. If they land and then lunge, it doesn't count really as a hop. It's very good.
And here she's got to utilize that entire space, right?
Yes.
Up into that corner. It gives her more room
Yes,
to kind of
run.
gain more speed, right?
Yes. Some people, they have a lot of power, so they don't need to take that much. That skill was very nice. Looks like we have another round off handspring tuck. A lot of people at the end of their routine looks like they have a lot of tiredness in them, but they make it look like they're very, very good at this.
Do you always save your biggest skill for that last pass?
I would say her biggest skill was actually either her second one, the front, or the first one.
Okay.
Why they add simple skills at the end just so they don't hurt themselves.
Makes sense. Let's head over to that beam routine now.
Yes, that we missed before. Does look like floor might almost be done. Looks like they have one more person left. One
and
or
we'll
two.
make sure JTV is going to record that for us too, so we can get back to that as well, and then we won't miss a thing.
Yes. That was a very nice full turn there.
Pretty graceful on the beam.
Yes, if you be graceful, then it's very pretty. A lot of people like that. A little bit of a wobble there. That was a very nice cartwheel to a round off. A lot of people have been doing that skill. It's very simple. Tuck full, not that bad. Very nice punch front pike.
Is that a front pike?
Yes.
All right. Samantha, we're going to slide over to the floor exercise.
Yes, we have Cara?
I like the music.
Yes. Very
do they
nice
do they pick
dance.
their own? Do you guys pick your own music?
Some people create music. Some people have choices. You don't necessarily make your own music.
Okay.
You can choose your music. Looks like she's about to do another pass. Second pass, I believe. That's a very nice pass there, very sharp in her dance. Last pass, here she goes. That was a very nice round off back handspring, back handspring. A lot of people have been very sharp in their dance and their landings are very nice. Looks like we might have one more person on floor exercise. One or two people left on floor exercise.
I think you're right. And what's your? You said your favorite event was actually the uneven bars
Yes, and the vault.
on the vault.
Looks like Avelina During is going next on the floor.
All right. Evelina had a pretty nice routine on the balance beam, if I remember
Yes.
right.
She does have a gym that she also practices at. Her mom owns a gym, and her sister goes there too. They're both gymnasts.
Okay. Certainly a good advantage to have
Yeah.
access to that stuff, but doesn't just having the gym doesn't mean you're going to put the work in, though, right?
Yep.
How important do you think the work ethic is to be a good
It's
good
very,
gymnast?
very important.
I mean, do you find it equally important to really love the sport?
Yes. If you don't love the sport and you do it, then there's not really a point of doing it.
Yeah,
Looks
I
like
feel
she's
the
starting.
same way about a lot of things. Looks like she's getting ready to go.
Yes.
I love this song.
Okay, let's see her first pass. Very nice pass right there. Front handspring step out 2 foot, front up. Music is very nice. Split full, very nice. Looks like we have a round off handspring full. Very nice. That was a very nice stick there. A lot of very cool things in these routines here.
Oof, that looked tough.
Yes. A lot of people have tough things in their routine. Very nice. She did a round off whip to a round off handspring layout. That is a very hard skill.
Nice routine. Pretty
Very
sharp.
nice. I believe we might have one more person.
I really do like the whip skill.
Yes, it was a round off whip. It's kind of like a layout, but you arch a lot and pike. And then the round off handspring layout out of it was very good.
When you're practicing these tricks for the first time, do you do them on a trampoline or do you tend
You
to?
can do them on a tumble track. It's basically like a trampoline, a little bit harder and it's longer.
Mhm.
There's something called a power track. It's kind of like the floor, bouncier and softer. And then you can try on the floor with a couple of mats if you would like.
Makes sense. Try and work your way up, right?
Yes.
How important do you think confidence is too when you're out there?
Very, very important. If you don't really have the confidence to do it, a lot of people normally don't do it.
I always thought watching gymnasts, athletes compete was always interesting to see them overcoming their fears on a daily
Yes.
basis because
Think they might be done.
looks like you might be right.
Yes, they look like they are done.
And she had an 8-2 on that last one, by the way.
That is very good.
Good score, right?
Yes.
And how long does it usually take them to tabulate the team scores?
Well, every single time they write down a score, they put it on the piece of paper. Maybe like a couple of minutes.
Okay.
A lot of people are gathering up in that room over there. Looks like they're putting on their clothes.
Put a little music on for us to listen to while we're waiting
For the
to
stuff.
see. So to determine who the team winner is, what do? They add up all the points?
I don't think there's a winner, but they add up all of the scores. I think Memorial is trying to hit 100. They have one more meet, their last meet. I think it's Tuesday, next Tuesday. And I think they're trying to hit 100.
Okay. And the maximum number of people you can have compete in an event is 5, right?
You could have all the people, actually.
Okay.
A lot of people are talking in that room. The girl, Kaylee, I think, she's not here because she had something to do. And Christina, she is the one in crutches. She hurt herself a little bit. Looks like all of them did very, very well today.
They did. It was a great job, and I want to thank you too because you did a great job. I mean, I want to remind our viewers at home, in case you tuned in and you're listening here, if you could take a quick shot of us there. My resident expert today is 9-year-old Samantha, who's a competitive gymnast herself there. Why don't you throw yourself a little love here and tell us where do you train out of?
First State Gymnastics in Delaware. I just competed, I think, last Friday, and I got a 9 on the uneven bars. That's the highest I've ever gotten.
That's a pretty high score, Samantha.
Yes.
Considering a 10 is the highest.
Yeah.
A 1/10 deduction is pretty impressive.
Looks like we are going to have a fun day tomorrow because I am ordering pliables for everybody at the gym because Sunday is my birthday.
Well, happy birthday. How old are you going to be, 10?
Yes.
Going to hit the double digits, huh? What grade are you in?
4th. I'm almost finished science. They just have to grade my last thing because I'm homeschooled.
Oh, okay. Science, huh? What's your favorite?
Math.
Math? You like
I hate
math,
all the
huh?
other subjects.
Okay.
A lot of people do like the floor exercise because you can learn a lot of new things and the music is very, very nice. You get to learn a bunch of new music. Some people actually like an actual song. They have that just without the words and not as long sometimes. That's what a lot of people do sometimes if they like a song.
Okay. That's one way to pick. I always wondered how you picked out the music. Sometimes I guess you just like a song.
My coach actually chose my music, and then a girl did my routine.
Okay. That's great.
Yes.
Well, once again, I want to thank you for being with us today. And it looks like I'm kind of waiting to see what these scores are here.
Yes.
Maybe it looks like they're doing some final tabulations here.
Yes, I think
Since
so.
math is your favorite subject, maybe we should have had you do it, huh? And I want to thank all you folks for tuning in with us today.
Yes. It's very nice to see all these people compete today.
Oh, it's so exciting to see everybody back indoors competing in sports again. It's been a tough year for everybody, especially for folks participating in indoor sports like you.
Yes. Indoor sports were really hard and still is because you have to be precise and amount of the space that you have. For one of my meets, it wasn't the best, but they were being very careful. They sprayed down the bars and the beams. You're not really supposed to spray down bars. I think they were just trying to be extra safe, but it's not really good. But the bars were fine. The beam they did wipe down, and so it was very wobbly and not the best, but they did very, very well.
Okay.
A lot of people are being safe.
Well, that's going to wrap us up here for the day. I don't think we're going to get those final scores, but
I think we might get the final scores.
let's see if we can check in with your mom here. Maybe your coach mom will
yes.
let us in on what today's scores were here. I'm going to pull over here in a second. She's chatting it up with one of the judges here.
Yes, one of the judges. I believe They are.
Coach Kerr ran out. He'll be back in a second. And it looks like we're just going to have to pass on those numbers for now.
I think we might be able to ask my sister.
We could ask your sister. Why don't you come on over here, Hannah? Hi, Hannah. What kind of scores do we have for today? Do we know?
For the final scores. A lot of people did very well today. So here's everyone.
Okay, so Manasquan scored 94.8.
That's very.
Jackson Memorial got
90.85 for
Not that bad.
Jackson Memorial. They're working on that 100. Pretty close.
Liberty got 47.
And Liberty with a 47.1. Not too many people competing there for the Liberty squad today.
Yes.
With all the injuries, but a
Yes.
pretty solid performance from everybody today, huh?
Yes, a lot of good things today.
You know who I think had the best performance today, though?
Who?
I think it was you.
Thank you.
I do. Sam, I want to thank you so much for coming and helping us out today. And the next time we do a gymnastics meet, we're going to give you a call because we want you back, okay?
Yes.
All right, I'm Harry Ferrone.
I'm Samantha Perlman.
And we'll see you next time on the JTV Game of the Week. So long.
Bye-bye.